Live from KSAT12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
We begin with a developing story tonight. Just in the last 2 hours, San Antonio police have released new details about the people they believe played a role in the death of an SAISD police officer.
That's right. Today, this man, 23-year-old Jorge Lopez, was arrested for capital murder after off-duty SAISD detective Cliff Martinez was fatally run over by a vehicle earlier this morning. Police now say a capital murder warrant has also been issued for 29-year-old Alfredo Martinez, and they're still looking for him.
Yeah, the incident happened last night at an IHOP in the 700 block of Hot Wells Boulevard. Police have confirmed Detective Martinez had been working at a second job there as an overnight security guard.
That's right. As Alicia Barrera tells us, Martinez was a 28-year veteran of SAISD Police Department.
Overnight shift employees at this IHOP say that Detective Cliff Martinez was a familiar face and someone who helped them feel safe. His job was to protect the peace, and this morning, dressed in uniform, he died doing just that. A somber morning for the brothers and sisters in uniform of Detective Cliff Martinez. Reports of a fight inside the Southside IHOP were called in around 3:45 this morning.
The off-duty officer was working at that location, attempted to break out the fight. There was another Good Samaritan who was also trying to dissolve the situation.
Officers rushed to the location and found a disturbing scene at the doorway of the restaurant.
We believe that the SAISD officer was assaulted while he was outside in the parking lot, at which time a vehicle ran over the SAISD officer.
Detective Cliff Martinez was pronounced dead on the scene. The suspects left behind the car, which was taken in as evidence. And when arrested, SAPD says the suspects face capital murder charges. As investigators carry out their investigation, family and friends begin to mourn their loss. SAISD released a statement that reads in part, "He was a highly respected member of the SAISD Police Department. He will be greatly missed. Our thoughts are with his family and friends during this difficult time." As the scene cleared Saturday morning, numerous patrol units from SAPD and SAISD police lined up in an emotional support escort for Detective Cliff Martinez. Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
New in the Night Beat, it was a deadly shooting at an apartment complex last year. A man and woman killed while in their bed.
Now an arrest has been made. Jilson Avila Rodriguez is accused of murdering Nicholas Milanovic and Julia Wright.
The night team's Stephen Cavazos with more details surrounding the arrest.
23-year-old Nicholas Milanovic and 21-year-old Julia Wright shot inside their Sonoma Valley apartment in September of 2018. Wright's body found outside the apartment. Milanovic rushed to a nearby hospital where he later died. It was a double murder left unsolved for more than a year. But tonight, 20-year-old Jilson Avila Rodriguez is in the Bexar County Jail. According to an affidavit, the investigation into his involvement began more than a year ago. Avila Rodriguez's arrest came after a tip led police to his girlfriend, who allowed an officer to search their apartment. It was during that search the officer discovered the same ammunition that was found at the crime scene. A lockbox stolen from Milanovic and Wright's apartment was also found inside. Now, Avila Rodriguez was originally being held at a detention facility in Pearsall for illegal entry into the U.S. from Honduras. Now, the affidavit states that's where authorities confronted him with the evidence. Avila Rodriguez later admitting to entering the apartment and shooting the couple while they were sleeping in their bed. He's being charged with capital murder. His bond right now is set at $1 million. Courtney, Jaffney.
Stephen, thank you. Now to a tragic story we've been following all day. A family is devastated tonight after losing their little boy just days before Christmas to a self-inflicted gunshot wound. It happened on the southeast side on Channel View just before 9:30 this morning. According to Officer Doug Green with San Antonio Police Department, the 7-year-old accidentally shot and killed himself after finding a gun in a bedroom. Green says family who was at the home at the time of the shooting were taken to public safety headquarters for questioning. Family members we spoke with today say that the boy was a great kid and an amazing boxer. Green says, though it appears that the shooting was accidental, the investigation is far from over.
Now to the city's north side, San Antonio firefighters are calling a 13-year-old girl a hero after she saved her family from a fire. It happened in the 4400 block of Devout just before 3 this afternoon. Firefighters say the young girl took quick action and got her younger sister and 3 dogs outside the home. Fire crews arrived on the scene shortly after, and they believe a candle lit in the dining room caused the fire. Thankfully, no one was injured.
A man is in stable condition after police say he lost control of his vehicle and drove into an electrical pole overnight. It happened just before 2:30 this morning in the 14,000 block of Vance Jackson on the north side. According to police, the man was driving south on Vance Jackson at a high rate of speed. That's when he hit the electrical pole and had to be cut out of his vehicle.
Good evening. A look outside with live cam. 44 degrees over San Antonio. We had some morning clouds and fog, but it wound up being a really beautiful day. We made it into the 60s this afternoon, but things have cooled down quickly. We've got clear skies out there, dry air that allows for temperatures to fall pretty quickly. We are looking at another round of fog possible through early on Sunday morning, so you could run into a little bit of low visibility even as early as after midnight. So any holiday parties or something like that, folks driving home late could start to run into some fog, and overnight that fog will continue to develop, and it'll be with us through mid-morning on Sunday. We'll talk more about that coming up. Overnight low temperatures falling to the upper 30s and low 40s. More on your Sunday forecast, and we'll also take a look at your Christmas Eve and Christmas Day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Courtney.
Thank you, Katie. HEB showing holiday spirit today during its 27th annual Feast of Sharing dinner, where collectively they served thousands of people a nice Christmas meal. Today, HEB served 3,500 pounds of ham, 202 gallons of gravy, and 14,000 dinner rolls. The tradition started back in 1982 and has been going strong ever since.
The mother of a man who has been missing since November of 2015 is continuing a holiday tradition she created in honor of her son, giving presents to the homeless in our community. Jennifer Green is the mother of Jordan Green, a 23-year-old man who disappeared 4 years ago. Since then, she's held Green for Christmas, or Green Christmas for the homeless, as a way to raise awareness about those who go forgotten in our community. It is also to encourage loved ones to keep sharing or searching no matter what. During the event, free wrapped presents were handed to around 100 homeless individuals. They also enjoyed food, drinks, music, and a prayer vigil, followed by a balloon release honoring missing loved ones.
Jordan believed that everybody should have a gift to open up at Christmas, whether or not you were homeless. So we do this because this may be the only gift that they receive, but we want them to know that they are loved, that they have a family, and we are all one.
Green says she is still hopeful that someone out there has some kind of answers regarding her son's disappearance. She is asking anyone with any information about him or others who are missing to call San Antonio police. She also added that next year she hopes to serve 150 more people with Christmas presents.
Now to the south side, some kids are playing with their new Christmas toys tonight after the annual toy giveaway hosted by Precinct 1 Commissioner Chico Rodriguez. Around 2,000 toys were donated for the giveaway. All kids had to do was show up, meet Santa, and pick out their toy. Commissioner Rodriguez says he's grateful for the large turnout every year.
It's so important that the family, especially the parents that are here, and also the Santa Clauses. We have the Santa Clauses from the neighborhood that they're here every Christmas. They show up, so I can't thank Santa Claus for being here, and the Coyote, and especially all the volunteers.
This was the 6th year for the event, and they plan to bring it back again next year.